Okay, this is my Riesel base. This is a small normal. And I'm showcasing this base to give people kind of a few ideas on how to maybe overlap things to kind of push people to where you want them to go. Now, with this base, it has got a dip here to make them have to walk down. It doesn't have any traps or anything right here. These are all caused by people being shocked about the cannon backs. Now, I've got 3 cannon backs over there. Now, 2 have rapid fire and armor, and the last one is long range and armor. This actually causes them to have a slightly different fire pattern that takes people by surprise. But when they fire, the projectile will actually hit this, bounce outside where they think they're safe. So they'll just be standing out here as the bomb comes up and out. So remember that these bombs do not go off when they actually hit. They go off a few seconds later after the bounce. So you can actually use that to your advantage. So the entire point of those 3 cannon backs is quite literally just to make them debate what they're doing. So they move forward. They see this wall of corrosive cubes, and I've got a second layer underneath it. That way, if they throw a grenade, it bounces down instead of into them. If they actually throw it over the wall, I've got this sloped so that it goes down into the secondary trench. If they do actually manage to shoot them, because the actual cannon backs have a ragdoll effect, they'll actually take that arrow and slide down this and go straight down. This way, they can't get their ammo back. That's why a lot of people have just tried jumping over the wall here and got surprised, because this slope, it's very difficult to fight them. And because of them constantly moving about, like this one here, they'll actually keep ducking down behind the wall, making them much harder to hit. Now, because of them paying so much attention to the 3 cannon backs, they will miss these. Now, these flamethrowers have napalm upgrades. So when it actually hits the ground, it sets the ground on fire. So often people will miss them completely trying to get underneath these guys. Well, that's where the secondary defenses come on. Now, as they come in here, if they try to shoot at them from this wall, they have to duck back, which is exactly where the bombs keep going off. Now, if they move forward, the flamethrowers, either the flamethrower gets them or the bomb ejector does. Then, we've got a trap right here, as you can see. Pretty much most of the kills, this is where I wanted to push them. Everything else in this room is designed to push them right to this line here. I've got one of the crusher traps here. As you can see, it comes down. It's got blockade, which means it goes down and then walks into place. So now they are stuck in this one spot here thinking they're safe. Except, there's a flamethrower here. It can actually pass through the blockade. So there's literally no place in this entire area that is safe, because if they jump back, they'll actually go into this. If they go over the wall, they have to fight those guys or slide into the corrosive cubes. If they do manage to take this out and that one out, there's another flamethrower with napalm right here firing straight down. A lot of people have literally taken this out and did not notice that one up there. As you can actually quite see, there's quite a few people that just not make it through this one area. Then as they start to head down this way, there's a bomb injector here. Now, this is not actually meant to kill them. This is meant to distract them long enough that they did not notice the cannon back up here. He actually will fire down, bouncing that projectile down into them, killing them. So either this gets them, or the cannon back up there gets them. This is where the actual ammo and stuff drops down. I'm double using it as an actual layered wall here. Now, I've got this wall at an angle so the bounce doesn't come back. There's a holographic wall behind the gen mat. Now this is a first wave. This is not a second wave. Now I do that because that way as soon as they walk up to this, they're slightly blinded by the plasma, or I keep want to call them plasma cubes, the corrosive cubes. They're blinded by the corrosive cubes, so they don't actually notice this wall's color difference between the gen mat. Well, behind that is a continuous fire hunter arrow. Now I've got a little trench here, that way if they throw a grenade or if one actually bounces back this way, it won't take out that trap easily. But because they have to now run backwards, that continuous fire is now hunting them down in this area. And they have to run almost all the way back to here or to here to get out of its firing line. And as such, literally every single position in this place, even though it's a short path and a relatively quick, simple, like, it's not a maze, it's not designed to confuse people. It's just overlapping traps that are designed mostly just to challenge people. It's not really meant to just be a kill box. And I got a lot of people who gave me the fun and challenging and different achievements on this. And you can actually see from the time they entered to the time they left that they had increased in just the understanding of how the mechanics worked, which is what I really wanted to do with this space. With that, I hope you look into the social version of this. You can actually go in and check that out by typing in Riesel. You can actually see it in the top right, or you can type in ForgeTec as the person that made it. And if you like this sort of stuff, give me a like and subscribe. It does actually help. And with that, I hope this maybe gave you some ideas on some of the starting points of overlapping traps to actually create these kind of push points. Because you're trying to actually make them go where you want, rather than just having them roam around and hope to hit them.